He paints like very poetically. His characters, they seem to like glow, you know? There's like an aura to it. And I would call it visual poetry.
There was a time when I was younger, and I think my mom had done something to make me angry or something. Like you know, when as a child your parents scold you and something needed to come out. So I went in my room and then I came back with this painting, this drawing of really scary mask and like shouting face. And my dad was asking me, "What is this?" And I said, "Oh, you know, mommy made me angry, and this is the drawing," you know. So I think when I think about it, I think that's when I realized I was an artist. See, truth be told, I don't know if I can honestly call myself a poet these days because it's been a while since I wrote some poetry.
It whispers in our ears to breathe, forgive, and let the light shine through.
I wrote that poem, I performed it at a show, and then at the show they invited me to come and perform at another show, but they wanted more poems and variety, you know? So I didn't have any poems and I had to write more poems, so I just wrote more poems, and then that's how I started writing.
And stone and mountaintop, so flower petal, blue balloon, bursting in blue sky.
In Ottawa, there's an artist, Alan Andre, and Kalkadana Sifa. I'm really inspired by both of them.
I would say that's a huge compliment. For myself, as an Ottawa artist, I feel like, I don't know, I don't have too many mentors here. So we learn from each other, our peers, you know? And Komi and the other artists in this community are like the people that I look at their work and I actually, sometimes I sit there and even as an artist, I wonder what is his technique, you know? So for him, he's an inspiration for me as well. And to know that like I've had an impact on his work is cool too. I honestly couldn't tell you whose idea it was. I've always been interested in hosting other artists. And I know Komi can do poetry and art, both on a high caliber level.
It's the line below the grade in ours. We need to pause. Take a second and think. Blink back to a time of pharaohs and kings with scepters and rings. Not Mugabe, Gaddafi.
Anyways, I just wanted to give him the opportunity to do his thing and to do whatever he wanted. So I kind of like just gave him free license, and he told me he wanted to do poetry and he wanted to perform new poetry, never before performed poetry.
Or kneeling or bowing to Jerry John Rawlings. We are crawling on the floor when we are strong enough.
So obviously, I had to ask myself a few times, and the poem, like, it came at a time when I wasn't ready to write poetry. Do you understand? Like, my system was not allowing me to write. I sit down every day after work. I've read all the books. I had all the books around me but nothing, I couldn't write it. You know, I felt like I'm not indigenous. This is not my story to tell. I enjoy that Louis Riel is a rebel, and I am, you know, I would love to rebel myself, You know, this is Canada 150. There is something important to be told here. But I had to grapple with those things for a very long time. The poem is called Red, a play on a lot of things, because the Red River Rebellion is what the whole poem was about with Louis Riel. The idea that they call black people, they call white people, they call Indian people red, you know?
Hey! Christopher Columbus never got lost, and life has continued to develop organically in Turtle Island. What would that look like? Rebellion, by definition, is the very act or process of resisting authority, convention, or control. Rebellion begins with why. Ask yourself why. This poem is a peaceful rebellion against the concept of rebellion. It is for the timid child in the classroom who finally realizes that they have the conviction to stare the bully in the face and say, no more. Thank you.
And yeah, so, and people like it, and I'm happy, and now I can submit to Canada Council and say, see, I've done my work, oh, job done. And, you know, and at the same time, I can tell an important story about someone that people can see something in themselves that can encourage them to fight for the kind of change that they want.